An external investigation commissioned by the University of Maryland found the treatment athletic trainers provided Jordan did not appropriately address the escalating symptoms of heat-related illness.
No apparatus was used for prompt cooling of the patient. Inadequate cooling devices were used, such as cold towels, ice packs, etc.
Why did you not put him in the cold tub?
I felt like the risk at that time was too great that he would drown. Because of the seizure, we would lose control of him and go underwater.
They didn't take his temperature nor apply cold water treatment. What the heck were you doing? Have to fire the head athletic trainer.
A kid died on his watch.
More shakeups at the University of Maryland. The head football trainer, Wes Robinson, who had been involved in the treatment of Jordan McNair, was fired.
I remember him being in the fetal position at the end of our bed, and I was afraid I was going to lose him because, you know, in his mind, nothing like this should have ever happened on his watch.
Keep in perspective, because what we went through was nothing. But it wasn't easy, all right? That was my identity. But yeah, there was some real bad days where I thought about some things.
What kind of things?
I had some suicidal thoughts at one point in time. It was a real bad day. Whether I wanted to hear it or not, I always had Katie's voice in the back of my head that, you know, ultimately we need to get to a situation where something good comes out of this.
In the years that followed, Wes considered reaching out to Jordan's parents, who by then were running a foundation in Jordan's name. But he was concerned about how they would react. Then, in July 2021, Wes traveled here to Angel's Landing in Utah's Mount Zion National Park.
I was out on this hike by myself. Yeah, for whatever reason that morning, my thoughts went back to Jordan. And so I got up to the top and said, well, I'm going to send this text.
What was the text?
Text was to Jordan's mom, and it just said, you know, this is us. I'm sorry to reach out like this. Thinking about Jordan. I would love to be a part of keeping Jordan's legacy moving forward. So I sent that. Finished out that part of the hike. Went to my phone, and she had texted me back. And she said, yeah, I'm Jordan's dad, and we'd like to meet you. And
How did that impact you?
I sat down on the curb and cried for about 10 minutes.
A month after that text message exchange, Jordan's parents met Wes and his wife Katie for lunch. Their first face-to-face encounter in more than 3 years.
You know, him and Katie were upstairs, and I walked up on him and hugged him, and he just wouldn't stop crying. I'm like, bro, stop crying. It's okay. You forgive me.
Because you know, Wes, free your heart. Free your heart. There's nothing we can do to bring you. Free your heart. There's nothing we can do to bring Jordan back. And forgive him.
It was incredible. Incredible. And just from there, we had difficult conversation.
He was glad, you know, he went into, you know, his side.
Over here. Nobel Prize. He won it for his work in biological altruism. Called his living his best work and then got the
Close. But no.
I wouldn't.
He won't go.
He's one of them. You shouldn't be helping him. You should stop this.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is taken in by McBride. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Dillon up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Mike Evans, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Lions will take over. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll set up a throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Running on 1st down, Eckler.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Yeah, good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Dillon now off the option.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
A.J. Dillon.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They're going to look to throw.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 63 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw.
There's Chris Olave.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Lions will take over. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
He's going to look deep down the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 11. His throw incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Looking to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Now back to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Here's the 2nd and 7. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for him.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lions. Tyler Higbee, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Saints 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Draw play. It's Eckler. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The pass caught by Olave. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back to throw now on 1st down. A hit as as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Out of the gun now on third down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Chris Olave. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, 50 yards. And the Lions strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now, this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. He completes it to Olave. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. He's back to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here we go on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think.